Yeah. Hi, Sakshi.
Hi, sir.
First of all, hearty congratulations on your grand success. And AAR3 is not a small achievement, it's a fantastic and phenomenal achievement. So happy for you. And first of all, hearty congratulations from IndigoLearn.
Thank you so much, sir. Like you told, yes, this achievement is too good, a surreal feeling.
Brilliant, brilliant. Such a great thing to hear from you. And friends, my dear IndigoLearn viewers and the students, here we have Sakshi with us, AIR3, to share the insights about the preparation of the CA course and the charisma and the feel what she is carrying right now after achieving this AIR3. And I'm sure that inputs will be very helpful for you guys in terms of your preparation strategy, and also it will definitely motivate all of you guys. Yes, Sakshi. So first of all, I would like to ask you a question. Why is the reason that you have chosen this course of CA?
I think there was no thing behind my mind that I really wanted to do CA since years and years. People keep telling me, "I in school se hi socha tha I'll do this." I didn't have that thought with me. When I was in 12th, I just researched a lot. Probably I asked my seniors, I asked my friends what to do next. And that's when I decided I'll be choosing CA because it's quite challenging, and that makes it, exciting also that, there are the three levels and it's quite tricky and it's quite challenging. It requires a lot of sacrifices. So that incited me from within, yeah, this like maza aane wala hai, let's just do it. And there's something like, if your friends tend to do something, you will be also like, yeah, okay, fine, I'll also go with it. So yeah, that was also there with me. So that's how I just ended up choosing CA. But once I started with it, I think that was the best decision that I've made.
Wonderful. So glad to hear that. I mean, I also wanted to understand whether the CA profession, what you have chosen, was it by chance or by pure choice?
You can tell mix of both because it was not like I really wanted to do this only, but it was again like I just chose it up. But then once choosing it, like I told, that choice itself mattered a lot. I chose it somewhat by chance also, but then after choosing it, it was the best one.
Absolutely. Same case happened with me also that, I mean, I'm Shivateja who also takes classes for CA inter and final indirect tax subject. I always keep saying students, whether you have come by chance or you have come by choice, now that you landed to this course, ensure that you finish at the earliest and walk out because that's the best thing to do.
Yes, sir. Absolutely.
So how did you prepare for the CA course? I mean, any specific strategy what you followed or how was it? I mean, how was your journey?
So when it comes to CA, CPT, I didn't give foundation then. Foundation had come in 2017 after May 2018 was the first attempt for foundation, but I had given CPT first. So as soon as I was done with my 12th, within 2 months, I sat for CPT rather than waiting for the December attempt. I gave my CPT in June 2017. Once I was done with it, I started immediately with my coaching classes rather than waiting for the results. I started with early bird batch because I thought, yeah, somewhere ho jayega CPT, to we will get through it. So I started with my early bird batch so that I can get more time for preparing my inter CA exams. So I started with my classes immediately, and I could get 3 months odd exam leave for my inter CA. So that mattered a lot. That helped me a lot because CA course requires a lot of self-study. You sit, you just analyze your concepts, you grasp in more. That requires a lot of self-study, a lot of time. So that's how I started my inter and completed my inter. And then I started with my articleship. So within 4-5 months of articleship, I also started with my CA coaching. And I was done with majority of classes in the year 2019 itself. Okay. Except for DTIDT, because of obvious reasons, there were some amendments or good changes, something here and there. That's the last. So apart from this, yes. So in dono ke alawa, I was done with all subjects in 2019. 2020, I took up these two subjects in last 3 months again. And then I had gotten 4 months ka exam leave, Jan to April, but then it got converted into 6 months exam leave because of the lockdown 2.0. Yeah.
So one day the COVID was blessing in disguise for many in terms of preparation strategy.
Correct. I would say first lockdown was quite helpful because that had happened when I was in my second year of articleship. So that saved a lot of time. If you go to office, sit there and work, you end up getting tired. There's travel time. There's a lot of extra time. Correct. So that first lockdown was quite helpful. I could, invest more time in studies. But when it comes to second lockdown, initially I felt it's nice, but then there was uncertainty about exams. So that was like the demotivating point for me because I wanted exams to happen no matter what. I didn't want it to be like last year, attempts getting cancelled and getting merged with November. I didn't want that to happen. So I'm lucky that exams happened. And yeah.
No, good that exams happened. Majority of the students always wanted exams to happen and the cycle to keep moving on. That's very
correct.
important. And I also wanted to check with you. Have you got any rank in CA Inter and Foundation or anything CPT? Or is it the first time you're experiencing the rank?
So CPT, there wasn't ranking system when I was writing CPT, but I had gotten 173 out of 200. And when it comes to Inter, yes, I did. I got double-digit rank, 15th rank.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. So good. Yes. I mean, 15 converted to 3. I mean, you have done it 1/5 of it. Brilliant, brilliant. So, I mean, since you spoke so much about the articleship journey, I also have a query which students always keep carrying with them. Does this articleship really be helpful for your CA final preparation?
Or it does. Yeah. It helps a lot because whatever you do in articleship, it has got its base on what you're going to study for your finals, or it will have some base from your inter carrying forward. Correct. And the advanced level, it will come from your finals. So articleship, yes, practically things work a little differently, but the knowledge base, whatever we have, that helps us a lot. And many times it so happens when you're writing mock tests, or maybe if you're lucky, probably even in exams, you might find some practical questions or anything that have some provisions linked to what you had the exposure in your articleship.
Very true, very true.
So it's very important you take your articleship also seriously because it matters a lot. It's not like you are doing something else in articleship and it's completely else what you're going to study. There is definitely some link, but it depends on how lucky you are to find, similar questions in your exam.
What kind of work exposure you're able to get there. That's very important.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. And which subject was your most favorite subject at CA final? I mean, of course, everything is favorite, but still, what was the most favorite subject for you?
I think I like accounts like anything. I just love accounts, be it from PUC till finals. I love accounts, and apart from it, I like law. I like law a lot, and that's one of the reason I also ended up choosing economic laws as my elective because decoding provisions and, I just love reading law and accounts. These two are my favorite most topics.
Right. So continuing to that question, you said about your favorite subject. Which subject is the most scoring according to you?
I think both are scoring. It just depends on how you give your preparations. For me, for that matter, all the 8 papers were scoring. Yes, for 1-2 papers will be as such that you might find it a little boring to read. Right. For me, it was audit. I think that will be like a global thing. Everyone would find audit as somewhat boring to, learn and just remember stuff. But it so happens that if you prepare really well, all of the subjects become scoring for you. That depends on how we prepare for the paper.
Yeah, that's very true that we should have a clarity of thought in terms of whether it is, what kind of paper it is. Since I teach the last paper of the CA career and exam, which is indirect taxes, I keep telling students it's not descriptive, guys, it is very practical, connect to the practical world. That's very important there. So one more question, which I personally have from my side. Is it that you believe in the concept of group studies or individual preparation strategy?
I haven't sat in a group study at all. I mean, not even a single group study session. Mm-hmm. I just need my room and myself sitting. And then not be my room only. It could be any place, but I want it to be a solo study. Because it so happens, you can have group discussions sometimes, probably discussing doubts or any specific topic that you want somebody to explain it to you. You can do that over a call or maybe a meet, that's fine. But, having that norm itself to have a group study, it just depends on person to person. But for me, I don't find it productive because I might end up talking more rather than studying is what I feel. So I haven't been a person who is into group study.
And if that is the case, when you're doing an individual studies, not a group studies, how to ensure that you maintain the same level of intensity during your preparation? Because that's very important. Today's date, the biggest factor is all about your self-motivation in this fast-moving world. Because we have got so many social media platforms. We can spend hours together on mobile phones, whatnot. So how do you ensure that you maintain the same level of consistency?
I think since you have taken out that point about using social media a lot and spending hours together, I'm also same kind of person. I think for that matter, everyone uses it a lot. For me, getting dressed up and getting clicked and posting pictures, it's been a norm. Every week you might find new posts coming on Instagram. That's how I have been. Right. But I have applied this before also, be it inter level, CPT level. I just gave up on all the social media. I just deactivated all the accounts and I have found them quite helpful. I applied this for my final exams also. I left it 1.5 years back. Okay. Be it WhatsApp, Instagram, Snapchat, everything deactivated. Oh. Sometimes I used to come online on Instagram to post pictures, like I told, but exam leave, nothing doing. There was no moment that I would come online and do, because that ends up timing. It's like CA final portion is so huge that you can't afford your time to spend on something which is unproductive. And it's quite distracting also. Like once you see some post, the thoughts keep running in your mind. Rather than that, if you get bored, just take a break, open YouTube. You will have lot many revision lectures. Even if not that, you can watch lot many rankers talk. I used to do that. Whenever I used to feel demotivated or I'm just tired, I need something nice to watch, I used to just open WhatsApp. I used to watch some, YouTube. I used to watch some motivational videos, or be it rankers talk, wherein they used to talk about their strategies, their plans. And that's when I used to feel, yeah, if they have done so much hard work, they could achieve so much. Let's try, let's put our hard work also. Let's just see what happens about our results too.
Wonderful. I'm sure that's a great insight, that for somebody who's watching YouTube videos and also used to the Instagram reels, now they'll start watching the rankers videos.
Yes.
Nice. So, I mean, this 1.5 year, what you're talking about, complete deactivation, that was 1.5 year completely prior to the exams. It was completely deactivated.
Like I told, all completely deactivated, but Instagram sometimes occasionally, be it Diwali or be it birthdays, like some 2-3 events I used to come online, because somewhere it would be there. Yeah, I'll just post some pictures and all. So only 3 to 4 times, but exam leave, definitely not. So definitely. 2021, definitely not. Before exams, no.
Right. Good. And in this context, I also would like to ask you that, I mean, when I joined my CA course way back about 10-15 years back, the person who mentored me to join the CA course, he told me that, boss, Mr. Shiva, you have to study for 16 hours in a day, 18 hours in a day, which used to scare me like anything. Boss, I have 24 hours in a day. I want to allocate my day in a scheduled manner. How is it that I have to study 18 hours in a day? I mean, in your case, how many hours did you study? And according to you, which time do you think is the most perfect time to study? Because I believe early morning makes sense. Some of them have nights make sense. Some of them say, no, I'll work in the night. I'll do some other activities. Afternoon, I'll study a lot. So in your case, what was the time slots?
So I think, yeah, like you told, many people have got different time comfortable zones. So many people study like night owls who will be studying full night. Probably somebody early birds who would wake up early 4 and start studying. For me, I'm such a person who loves to sleep a lot. And I would probably, at night, I would, 10 to 10:30 is the maximum I can study at night. Okay. So it's like daytime I can study, 10 to 10:30 I have to log off. Because after that, it's like my eyes will start rolling and it will be like I have to sleep. And when it comes to morning, I used to start at 6, not before that. Again, like I told, I need proper 8 to 9 hours sleep. So I used to study daytime nicely. I can start from 6. I'll make sure I'll not end up wasting time, because I know if I need proper sleep, I can't afford to waste time during days, So in afternoon, I used to take naps. That depends. Sometimes it used to be really long, 1.5 hours, 2. Or sometimes it used to be brief, half an hour, 45 minutes. But daytime, I could study well. So there cannot be a rigid thing that, you have to study late night or you have to study early morning. Anything that you're comfortable with, but you have to stick to it. There should be consistency to it. Just don't try doing new things each and every day. Right. Whatever it is, be comfortable and then continue with it.
Or do you believe in something like this particular time slot, this subject make more sense? Anything like that?
Yeah, so for me, it was like theory subjects are something that requires a lot of fresh mind. So whenever you start early morning, you should start with theory subjects, because you're quite fresh. You can grasp things a lot. You can remember terminologies a lot. And as soon as the day rises, it's keep rising after lunch or something, you can take a practical, because, you'll be a little tired also. You have studied theory. So practical makes it funnier. You can, try problems, play with numbers. So second half is better for practical. That's as per my personal experience. Theory in the first half, because it keeps you fresh, and helps you gain a lot, and practical ones in the second half, later half of the day.
Right. So apart from studying, do you also involve in any other time for yourself in terms of other activities? Or is it that you're a study freak? Because students keep having this doubt. So is it that we are completely sacrificed towards our studies, or do you also have some personal space and personal interest?
I have many hobbies. I love to dance, singing, art and craft, and everything around. So yeah, whenever I used to find some time, I used to, get involved in any of these, because this makes me feel happier, a little lighter. Because after studying for so much, sometimes it feels, yeah, thoda sa break le lete hain. So for that, it's better do something what you like. Right. It's okay, sometimes you will overrun probably 30 minutes, 45 minutes. It's absolutely fine, because it will make your brain feel fresher. And you can bounce back better when you start studying after that. So it's must. You should have something, whatever be it. If you're playing something, or be it flute or keyboard or any musical instrument or anything that you do, just do it for some time in case you're bored, because that helps you, that improves your, learning capability. So that's must. If you have one, you should continue with one.
Yeah, done. That's very true. In fact, it's always a personal belief that when you give time for other activities also, you come back with a fresh mindset to do your preparation again. That break is always very much required. So that's what we do also. Yeah. And do you have any member in your family who's a CA, or you're the first person to become a CA? How is it your experience?
I'm the first person to be a chartered accountant.
Fantastic. Applause once again for that. So how was your family support in terms of being a first CA student?
They were quite supportive. I think when times had come, like I told, that second lockdown, there was uncertainty about exams. So they're quite supportive. They were like, it's okay if you've put so much hard work until now. You've been working so hard since so many years. This is the final exam that you have to give. And they had a deep faith in me. For that matter, my family, many of my relatives, many of my friends have lot of confidence in me. They had a lot of faith in me that, yeah, pakka, you will do and you will ace it. They just had so much confidence. I think that helped me a lot, that kept me motivated. Yeah, I have to do this for them at least. I definitely have to do this for me. But if they are showing so much faith in me, so much confidence in me, then definitely I have to do it for them too. So they were quite supportive in this role, definitely.
So when there was so much confidence around you that everybody wanted you to do this and they were so positive about you, was there any ranked stress what you carried that I should get any rank at any cost, or rank just happened?
So it's like you should always aim higher. That secondary, you may or may not achieve it. So the thing is, in Inter also, I never expected a rank. But after getting the rank, there was somewhat pressure that finals also you should get rank. Be it parents, they wouldn't pressure as such, but they'll be like, yeah, if you have done it, probably you can, do it this time also you'll get a rank. Be it friends or family or colleagues, they'll be like, yeah, this time also you'll get rank. So I had that pressure somewhere within me. I didn't let it go very deep to disturb me, but I kept it on the positive stride that, yeah, I have to work harder so that whatever I've done in intern, I can at least continue that for my finals. If I can do better, that's amazing, but I have to at least continue it and try getting a rank. Right. But when it comes to checking results, I definitely didn't expect a rank, because like everyone knows, this time July 21 exams were quite tricky. Correct. So I felt passing in itself is a boon. So that will be my first criteria. And if I get a rank, that's like, cherry on the cake. So yeah, that's how.
So I personally also felt after seeing the papers that the level of standard and the questions what ICA is asking has definitely been different and at a higher pace in terms of July 21 exams. So I completely agree to this point. I mean, in your case also, you would have seen the past exam papers in RTP. So any special take on the July 21 exams?
I would say that many of us keep doing this selective study. So I feel that's risky. Yeah. I haven't done that, but I could imagine myself if I would have done that, leaving certain cliche topics or leaving certain smaller ones, or probably leaving chapters and all. That becomes risky, because now ICI has been testing you on random basis. It's just picking out any topic. It's of course from your material, but you have to make sure that you cover it exhaustively, give it more reach. Let it be like, everything. You may or may not excel in everything because the portion is quite huge, but at least you know something back in your mind about one particular concept. So it should be like this. because that's how they have been testing in July 21 exams. Like if we see audit paper, specifically, I'll point this out, that the question paper was out of the box. Nobody would have expected that you would have, get such a huge question paper and having questions from areas probably you don't even recall reading it. It was from such niche areas. So I think that is must for people who are appearing hereafter. Try reading everything. I'm not saying you have to revise everything 1.5 days before your exams, but try covering for once. You should at least know a little bit about each topic that is being covered in the material. That's really important.
So in short, the selective study should be completely avoided. It's always important.
Yeah,
all the areas should be covered. Right. So, I mean, in this particular kind of thing, who is that person who would like to give the credit of your achievement?
I think firstly, God. Because getting single digit rank, that too top 3, it's all because of God's blessings. Then comes my family, who has been quite supportive because they always had a huge faith in me and they felt, yeah, I will definitely do it. I somewhat felt probably this time rank may not be that great. Even if I end up getting one, probably that may not be that great. But then they had faith, yeah, no, you will get it much. So I would give this credit to them. Then my coaching institute, of course, and all my friends and relatives around who have always had a lot of confidence and a lot of faith in me.
Brilliant. So with respect to this coaching institute, when you talk about, do you believe that, I mean, especially in this kind of COVID times where the kind of technological changes have been coming up and people are also attending the offline, online classes and multiple options have been there, what do you think is most convenient? I mean, in terms of offline or online, which one do you prefer the most? And of course,
so I had actually taken, like I told, I had already taken majority of my classes way before this lockdown hit.
Right.
So I had taken offline classes, and I am a person who would definitely prefer offline classes because I feel somewhere online classes make us little lazy. If at all, you end up missing a class, usually coaching classes provide you backup. That's actually great. That's required too. But I feel, you might end up missing a class and you'll be like, it's okay. I'll just watch the, whatever they have in their backup. But when it comes to offline class, you have to get up no matter what. So I had taken early morning classes since I had to go for articleship at 10. So I used to take 6:15 to 9:15 batch. So for me, it used to be, I had to wake up no matter what. I cannot miss it. I have to do it. So I used to just, go with the schedule which the class has set, because I have to go early morning and I have to attend. If I miss, I just miss it. I can get the notes. That's there. But what I have to learn, that's just gone. So if at all, when it comes to online class, just make sure if you're doing it, just stick to the schedule what is given. Just take it as good as offline class. That helps you a lot, because if you just do it and at your comfort zone, you will just lag behind, and then there'll be like many classes getting compiled and you have lesser time to complete. So let's not go it that way. Now there's like hardly chances that you can go and attend offline classes because there are restrictions still at many parts of the country. So just take online classes only at a positive stride, but just make sure you stick to the schedule and complete it on time so that you are not at a problem later on. Just take it at your benefit edge.
So, I mean, that's important, that if you just keep taking the subjects and if you keep piling it up, again, it becomes a mess at the end of the point. So it's important.
Correct.
Scheduling is very important. Right. So what advice you would like to give to your next generation chartered accountants and next year students?
I think I'll say time management sums it up all. Be it anyone who's writing foundation or who is writing intern, especially who are writing final CA, you have to manage time along with articleship, and that becomes really difficult. You have to balance studies, you have to balance your work. So time management matters a lot. And for time management, the basic is do away with your distraction. If you have lesser time, you have to be wise enough to prioritize your things, to give more time to something that's going to matter a lot down the line, rather than putting it somewhere that's unproductive and that's not going to matter much to you. So if you manage your time really well, because CA portion is huge, it requires you to, have a good plan in place, do it all timely. If you can do that, then definitely there are better chances that, you give your best in your exams. So that's all I can say, that time management is really, really important.
So according to you, the success mantra is time management itself?
Yes, definitely.
And according to you, what are the two must-dos and don'ts that a CA student should follow?
First thing, like I already told, have a good plan with you, because that's a must that you should have a plan, and sticking to it is equally important. It should not be like you have a plan and then you just do away with it. No, you have to stick to it. And second would be have consistency in whatever be it your study schedule, like day studies or night studies or anything for that matter. If you have some habit of having afternoon nap or evening nap, be just consistent with it so your body also get used to it. Before exams you don't have to suddenly change anything. So these two are really important. First is plan, and second is having consistency. Coming to don'ts, first would be distractions. Do away with distractions.
Very, very important. Yeah.
Because CA is a course that will definitely want some of sacrifices from your end. If you want to achieve something big, you have to let go of something. So please do away with your distractions. And second thing would be stay away from negativity. Negativity comes from lot many sources. People who just keep telling that you cannot do it, you cannot do it. Just stay away from them. And for that matter, anything that makes you feel negative, just stay away from it. Your end should be something towards positivity, towards that helps you in clearing your exam, that helps you build your dreams. So, like I told, distractions and negativity, you have to do away with it.
Yeah. And in this, I would also like to ask you that in general, you also have a stereotype that attempt is always May attempt, November attempt, May attempt, November attempt. And in this COVID times, it shifted to July, December, and different kind of months. So, I mean, do you really think that it makes a difference when it comes to May attempt or November attempt, or any specific thoughts on this parameter?
I think it just doesn't matter. It just matters that you have your final exams, or be it matter any exams, inter or foundation. You just have it. It's not like it's on May ka July ho gaya, July ka August ho gaya. That really doesn't matter. One thing that you should have back in your mind is my final attempt is coming. Even I had the same thing. Yeah, it was originally scheduled to be in May 21, but things were something that's not in our hands. That might go here and there. But what we should have is, yeah, my final attempt is coming. That's what it matters. Look at attempt wise rather than periodicity, how it happens. It should be like you're writing your final attempt and rather writing May 21 attempt. That should not be like how you tell others. It should be like I'm writing my final attempt. So that matters a lot.
Right. True. And I also have a query which I wanted to ask you personally for all the fellow CA final students. Do you really think this multiple choice questions concept which has added up in CA final and CA intern, do you think it's a positive or negative for the CA student?
I think it is both ways, because it is positive because you have options in front of you. Correct. You definitely have to think what's correct, but if you have options in front of you, it becomes easier for you to pick one and eliminate others. But when it comes to the negative side, it's like now, yeah, 1-2 marks that they can ask from anywhere, like hook and crook of it. Because earlier it used to be like 3-4 marks ka minimum if they ask. Hardly there are chances that they will, randomly pinpoint out something which is very small. But since it is MCQs now, they can just pick out any statement from your textbook and just ask it that, yeah, just, pick one answer. So that's the negative part of it. But I think that will only make your preparation better for both MCQs and descriptive both.
Right. So finally, we are going back to the same point that we cannot do a selective study. Individual detailing study is important, especially when it comes to multiple choice questions.
Correct.
Yeah. So finally, one last question from our end, that is, what is your next plan of action after passing and completing your CA course with a fantastic rank and a terrific achievement?
I think this is the trickiest question. So I don't have any plans as of now. I'm like completely blank. I need some days to, settle this in that, yeah, this has finally happened. Then I think I have to, note down whatever I am planning to do ahead and then figure it out, how I'm able to do, how things are going to work. So as of now, there's no rigid plan that I have to do this completely. There's nothing like that as of now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Sakshi. Thanks for your time. I'm sure our fellow CA students who have been working very hard to qualify their CA final, I'm sure this will add as a boost to them, and at the same time, given some very good inputs. Thank you so very much, and wish you all success once again in your continuing professional journey. And thank you so much for giving us your time.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much.